Right now, live at 5.
Elders from the Fond du Lac Reservation are speaking out after Friday's bomb scare.
Plus, it's a parent's worst nightmare. We're hearing from the father of 2 kids who died in a house fire over the weekend. And the coronavirus pandemic is expected to be on the agenda this evening when President Biden holds his first meeting with a world leader. And later, if you are one of those people itching to travel again, we're hearing from experts on how to do it safely.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Madison, Wisconsin, where flags are at half-staff today to memorialize the 6,300 Wisconsinites and 500,000 Americans who have lost their lives to COVID-19. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Leave now. That's the message today from the Fond du Lac band leaders to Line 3 protesters gathered on the reservation. Those protesters have been camped out near the pipeline reconstruction site since January. But now, after an explosive scare during a protest last week, band leaders said today enough is enough. In a statement, band chairman Kevin Dupuis reminded people that the Fond du Lac band entered into an agreement with Enbridge over this reconstruction project. He said they considered that move extensively. Dupuis asked people to respect the band's sovereignty, adding that it's offensive and inappropriate for non-Indians and outsiders to claim they are there to protect the band and its resources. Now a group of Fond du Lac elders is taking it upon themselves to spread that message. CBS3's Emma Quinn tells us their story.
A group of protesters against the Line 3 pipeline have been out here on the Fond du Lac Reservation camping since January. They've been actively trying to stop construction. Several have even been arrested, but now FDL elders like the ones behind me say enough is enough, and these group of protesters are too aggressive and don't represent their values. Elders we spoke with say they support them speaking up, but say some of the protesters' behavior is unacceptable. They say some of the protesters are from out of town and don't represent the same values and concerns as the members of the Fond du Lac Reservation. The elders pointed to the events that occurred Friday afternoon. That's when law enforcement was called to investigate a suspicious package that was thrown out of a vehicle during a protest against Line 3. While that package was found not to be an explosive, the elders say the protesters' behavior is intolerable.
Time to moderate actions. Let's work more for the cause. I hope they are able to kind of screen who they bring in a little better and keep this a safer community.
The elders say they've spoken with the protesters and tension between the two groups has mellowed since Friday. The elders say they will be here in their cars all night to ensure the peace and safety for everyone.
Thanks, Emma. Enbridge began its reconstruction project in December after getting the final green light from the state following years of regulatory review. The protesters say they are worried about potential environmental impacts the project could have. Well, Dave's here for a quick look at the weather. Dave, it was feeling like springtime out there. It just such a change from last week.
Yeah, I noticed that feeling as well, but of course it's only fool's spring. It's not real spring. We may have to wait 2 more months for real spring to come around, and in fact a taste of winter is slated to slide through the area tonight as a low pressure system should bring at least an 80 to 90% chance for snow to everybody, but it could be the heaviest over there from Brainerd to Bemidji, including Walker, facing a winter weather advisory there, and a winter weather advisory for the South Shore through the UP. That's where the snow totals will be the heaviest, and I'll show you the snow total map in a few more minutes. But right now we show you the situation with the low pressure system and its cold front coming through. Snow on the backside of the cold front, a little bit of rain ahead of it, so we could get a mix here overnight. Our short-term forecast says, yes, the snow is likely overnight, but already by Wednesday morning, that'll fade away and we start to clear up again. And we warm up to 31 degrees, warmer than normal. I'll talk about how long the warmth will stick around and how much snow we're going to get coming up in just a couple more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. A Minong father is grieving his 2 children who died in a house fire on Saturday. The fire broke out around 4:45 Saturday morning in Minong. 10-year-old Phoebe and 13-year-old Thatcher Dennertog weren't able to make it out. Their father, Mark, was not home at the time. He says the last time he saw his children was Friday as they celebrated his birthday.
I said goodbye, and I said goodbye, told him I love him, and I walked out the door, and that's the last time I got to see him. So we got to say I love you and goodbye. But yeah, it was intense.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Mark about his children and how he's thankful for the community support he's been receiving during this unthinkable tragedy. Authorities are still investigating the cause of that fire. The family's home was destroyed. There will soon be more resources available connecting people to the COVID vaccine in Minnesota. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced a new partnership with more than 30 COVID-19 community coordinators. The organizations will connect communities to information about the virus, testing, and vaccination opportunities. The groups will focus on communities of color, along with the Native and LGBTQ+ communities and Minnesotans with disabilities. Walz says while they are making progress on vaccination efforts, it's still too early to tell when life will return to normal.
But I think over the next week or two, we should start to see a pretty good approximation picture of when folks are going to be vaccinated, when we'll hit those totals, when we'll get approaching the 3.53 million that we'd like to see, and what that will mean for activities.
Hy-Vee was also added to the Minnesota Pharmacy Vaccine Network. Meanwhile, Wisconsin is planning to open 4 new vaccine clinics, including one to serve people in the northwestern part of the state. Governor Tony Evers announced the new clinics today. They're expected to open in the next couple of months. We don't know exactly where they will be, but one is planned for each of Douglas and Barron counties. The goal is to get more vaccines to underserved areas. Governor Evers says as people get their shots, they still need to take precautions.
Folks, even if you have received 1 dose or completed your vaccine series, we need your help to keep your friends and neighbors who haven't been vaccinated yet safe and healthy.
Evers is asking everyone to continue staying home when possible, wearing their masks and avoiding large gatherings. The coronavirus pandemic is expected to be on the agenda this evening when President Biden holds his first meeting with a world leader, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. But earlier today, the president led a discussion on COVID-19 concerns in the Black community as leading vaccine manufacturers testified on Capitol Hill. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
President Biden and his top domestic policy advisor, Susan Rice, listened to the concerns of Black essential workers during a virtual roundtable.
There's a lot of work to do, and that's why we want to talk to you to see whether we're headed in the right direction.
The Biden administration is stepping up efforts to build trust and reduce reluctance towards the COVID-19 vaccine in communities of color, awarding $17 million to nonprofits for vaccine education and outreach.
If this is a part of or a major key of what's going to help us move past this and to go back to being able to live normally, I feel like we should do it.
Distribution and supply shortages remain another big challenge. Vaccine executives testified on Capitol Hill about efforts to step up production.
We'll be on track to deliver those 300 million doses before the end of July.
We should be able to continue to deliver approximately 40 to 50 million doses a month.
Later this week, FDA vaccine advisors are expected to consider Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine.
We are ready to begin shipping immediately and deliver enough single doses by the end of March to enable the vaccination of more than 20 million Americans.
As the president's nearly $2 trillion COVID relief plan continues to work its way through the House this week, Senate Republicans say talks with the administration have stalled.
The Democrats are steamrolling ahead with a massive spending plan on a completely partisan basis.
Moderate Republicans, such as Maine Senator Susan Collins, says she and others are now focused on drafting amendments for the legislation.
According to the latest figures from the CDC, more than 82 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been delivered nationwide. As the Northland navigates the next chapter in the fight against COVID-19, Duluth media outlets are teaming up for a day-long effort called COVID-19 Vaccines Finding Answers. Tomorrow, CBS3, along with other media outlets, will feature health experts and advice throughout the day on air and online. Make sure to stay with us for that. Still to come on Live at 5, there's a new educational opportunity at St. Scholastica for those wishing to advance their careers. Plus, the Hibbing Fire Department is getting some assistance. City by City is up next. And tonight at 6, in a year unlike any other, the 47th American Birkebeiner will also look different, but the excitement is just as high.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki. Anthony Matt. And weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
During the President's Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express, take up to an extra $150 off Purple mattresses. Plus, get 0% interest financing for 6 years and get free delivery and setup on Purple during the President's Day sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about, it's not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. It's time to welcome the new year with the bath of your dreams. With our Say Goodbye to 2020 sale, we're offering 20% off labor, 20% off material, and no interest, no payment, and zero down until 2022. All of our products are backed with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or visit us online at bathplanet.com. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Join Black Bear Casino Resort as we give you a chance to multiply your moolah. Saturdays in February from 6 to 9 p.m., 3 players each hour will be selected and get a chance to multiply their moolah up to $7,500 in cash. 12 lucky winners every Saturday in February. Earn entry starting January 31st. For more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Multiply your moolah Saturdays in February and make the Bear your place.
Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
Mantén distancia.
Stay home when you're sick. Slow the spread.
We can do this together.
Strong, enduring, and timeless. Stickley, America's premium solid wood furniture. Handcrafted by experienced artisans since 1900. Right now, save 35% on all Stickley during the Stickley President's Day sale at Home Furniture.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain. Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A grant to help firefighters in Hibbing, plus a pop-up food pantry this weekend here in Duluth. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Starting things off right here in Duluth, where the College of St. Scholastica has a new opportunity for those looking to advance their education and become leaders in their communities. The college has announced the rollout of a brand new online doctorate program. The Doctorate in Educational Leadership program is designed to develop leaders with a special focus on social justice and equity. The course is 60 credits long, with the majority of work being done online. Heading over to West Duluth now, where the Mission Creek Church is hosting a Ruby's Pantry pop-up food distribution this Saturday. Everyone is welcome to attend. There is a $20 donation required. Due to COVID-19, the pantry will follow a drive-through model. And finally, we'll finish off in Hibbing, where the area fire department has just received a $35,000 grant to assist firefighters working through the COVID-19 pandemic. The Assistance to Firefighters grant was previously announced by the Department of Homeland Security and will be used to purchase PPE and face masks for firefighters on the front lines. And of course, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, the tourism industry has taken a beating this past year, but with more Americans itching to travel, what does that mean for hotspots like Vegas?
Today's high temp of 40 degrees at the airport in Duluth is keeping that warm spell going. Tomorrow we may shave 10 degrees off of that number, but that's still going to be warmer than normal by at least a little bit. And of course, on top of all of this, we have a chance for some snow tonight. I'll talk about how much could come down across the region coming up after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, MediaCom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Every Thursday through March 25th, it's Kiosk Cash.
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
The temperature trends toward warmer than normal conditions continued today with high temps, like we mentioned, hitting up around 40 degrees over the hill in Duluth and 43 by the lake. 38 International Falls, 39 towards Ely, 40 straight up from Hibbing, Chisholm. A little bit cooler in Grand Rapids, but still not bad. 43 Silver Bay, 41 Moose Lake, 43 from Solon Springs to Hayward, lower 40s from Ashland to Ironwood, and a 43 for our friends in Watersmeet. Tomorrow won't be as warm, but it still will be warmer than normal. We may not slip back to cooler than normal conditions until Sunday, and even that slip isn't going to be a drastic one. I'll show you what I mean with the 7-day forecast in just a bit, but right now we'll show you the current conditions coming in from Duluth International, where it is 39 above. 55% for the relative humidity. Southwest wind 3 miles per hour, 29.67 inches of mercury. A little bit on the lower side, and of course that's because we have a low pressure system working through the area to keep the clouds up and overnight drop some snow down. And of course we have a chart to show you about that coming up as well. Current temps 38 to 40 in the Upper Peninsula and 37 to 41 here in northwestern Wisconsin. Cool spot Solon Springs, warm spot Hayward. Eyeing up Cloquet, 37 degrees there. Carlton not too far off the mark, or Renshaw, 37 towards Moose Lake and Barnum, and in Two Harbors and Silver Bay as well. Ely's in that mix. A little bit warmer in Eveleth at 38, 39 for Hibbing, Chisholm, 38 Grand Rapids, and mid-30s towards International Falls. Lows tonight, thanks to the cloud cover, probably won't fall off the mark too much. Probably into the 20s for a lot of our towns. Well, eyeing up the Doppler and satellite map, our low-pressure system is centered to the north of us, roughly riding along the Canadian border, and it came through with its warm front yesterday. Now the cold front is knifing through, and we can see the difference between the two zones. A little bit of rain marked off in the green ahead of the front, and a little bit of snow behind the front starting to fire up in the western parts of Minnesota. So as we go through the night, the chance for snow created by this low and its fronts is going to be 80%, 80 to 90%, 80% Minnesota, 90% chance for Wisconsin and the UP. And for most of us, it isn't going to be that much snow. Most of Minnesota is running about a trace to maybe 3 inches. The trace up north, the 3 inches down towards the head of the lakes. Over towards Walker, including Bemidji and Brainerd, you might get 3 to 5 there, facing a winter weather advisory in that zone. And Wisconsin and Michigan's snowbelt could run 3 to 5 as well. Folks there facing a winter weather advisory. The advice is drive carefully because there could be some rain mixed in, could make things slippery. Tonight, temperature-wise in Minnesota, there's the 20s closer to the lake, but it will try to drop into the teens inland. About 12 International Falls to 24 by the lake. 80% chance for the snow. In Wisconsin and Michigan, A little bit more firmly in the lower to mid-20s for that neck of the woods with a 90% chance for snow. But that snow goes away fairly quickly tomorrow, and it becomes partly cloudy in the afternoon. Wisconsin, Michigan highs, lower 30s. Minnesota high temps run from the upper 20s to the mid-30s, perhaps right by the lake, with a partly cloudy sky building in. Will that last? Well, it'll really stick around through Thursday. There's another chance for light snow on Friday. Saturday, we split the difference with partial sunshine and 29. It's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday when we start to slip below normal for the daytime highs and the overnight lows, but at least those will be in the single digits above zero.
Thanks, Dave. Surveys show many Americans are itching to travel. Tourism in Las Vegas plummeted in 2020, but the city is betting on life starting to return to normal this year. Wendy Gillette reports from Las Vegas on what's new in the city this year and the COVID precautions properties are taking.
Circa in downtown Las Vegas opened its hotel a few days before 2021, ushering in a wave of new offerings this year. On Fremont Street with a pool, amphitheater, and the world's largest sports book, the adults-only hotel is the first newly built downtown resort to open in 4 decades. Sir Richard Branson's Virgin Hotels is taking over the former Hard Rock Hotel and plans a late March debut. And then there's Resorts World, built from the ground up and opening this summer on the Las Vegas Strip. Crockford's is one of 3 hotels, along with a Hilton and Conrad, that will be part of the $4.3 billion complex. It's an LXR hotel, Hilton's newest luxury brand.
It shows the resiliency of Las Vegas, and it talks about the desire for travelers to come back to this great destination when things are back again to somewhat of a normal level.
Until everything is back to normal, safety precautions will remain in place. If you haven't been to Vegas lately, that means mandatory face masks in public spaces. Individual properties have their own measures, such as thermal scanners at the Venetian. And at MGM hotels like Bellagio, there are plexiglass barriers at table games, contactless guest experiences, physical distancing policies, and more that you can't see.
You can hear our air that's being pumped in right now. That's a very important part of our protocols. So we're pumping in as much outside fresh air as possible.
MGM's plan also includes a very unusual site in a casino, custom-built hand washing stations with soap and water, and signs reminding people about the importance of washing your hands during the pandemic.
Brunel says only 19 million tourists visited Las Vegas last year, down 55% from 2019.
So what's your hope for 2021?
Well, our hope for 2021 is that as we hit March, April, May, June, and frankly, as we get into the third quarter, that there will be enough vaccinations as well as individuals that have recovered from the virus that we will see a good amount of herd immunity.
He's hoping soon that will be a sure bet.
There are also 2 new residencies planned this year, Usher at Caesars and Donny Osmond at Harrah's. Well, it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Precious Paws Humane Society of Chisholm. Meet Tigger. He's a handsome young tabby cat with brown and gray coloring and a very long tail. He absolutely loves getting attention and is very chatty. Tigger is looking for a new home with loving owners to shower him with affection. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt him, then you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, the latest details on Wisconsin's controversial new wolf season.
Everything is on sale, plus 0% interest financing until 2024 during the President's Day sale at Home Furniture. This 2-piece sectional is now just $9.99 and free shipping when you spend $4.99 or more. The President's Day sale at Home Furniture.
New DQ rotisserie style chicken bites. I love you just the way you are. I never thought unbreaded chicken this good was possible. Your oven-roasted 100% white meat chicken is 100% perfect to me. Finally, chicken that is tender, juicy, and flavorful all by itself. Or dipped in ranch. Or on a salad. Or in a basket with fries. Thank you, DQ, for giving me just what I needed. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. It's time to welcome the new year with the bath of your dreams. With our Say Goodbye to 2020 sale, we're offering 20% off labor, 20% off material, and no interest, no payment, and zero down until 2022. All of our products are backed with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or visit us online at bathplanet.com. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate co-pays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with the Give Back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Here's the bottom line. Call to get significant benefits at no additional cost and see if your zip code has coverage with the Give Back benefit. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
Last year, when people were going hungry, Subaru and our retailers donated 50 million meals to Feeding America. And yet, 1 in 4 children may still face hunger. So as part of our love promise, Subaru and our retailers are doing it again, donating an additional 100 million meals to help those in need. Love, it's never been needed more than right now. Subaru, more than a car company.
From the forests of northern Minnesota to your living room, bedroom, and dining room, Homes Lodge Furniture. Each piece handcrafted featuring white cedar, reclaimed oak, and bark on hickory. Now for a limited time, get an extra 10% off Fireside Lodge Furniture, plus free shipping, only at Home Furniture.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
Wisconsin's abbreviated wolf hunting season just got a whole lot shorter. Wisconsin wildlife officials plan to end the state's wolf season across most of the state tomorrow. That's after hunters and trappers filled half of the statewide quota in a little more than 24 hours. The DNR launched the hunt on Monday morning. It's scheduled to run through Sunday. In other Wisconsin news, Republican lawmakers have introduced a series of bills designed to make it more difficult to vote absentee in the state. The effort comes after former President Donald Trump made unfounded claims of widespread voter fraud. Democratic Governor Tony Evers is all but certain to veto the bills if they pass the Republican-controlled legislature. Officials report the measures released Monday show the priorities of Republicans and what they may try to enact if a Republican is elected governor in 2022.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, breaking news. Tiger Woods suffers multiple leg injuries in an early morning car accident. The golfing legend rushed to the hospital 2 months after his 5th back surgery. The new details tonight. Plus, El Chapo's wife arrested in the U.S. and charged with helping her Mexican drug lord husband run his multi-billion-dollar cartel. And Scouts Honor, the inspiring journey of the first female Eagle Scouts. Those stories and more tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Heart and Vascular Center. Don't avoid care during COVID-19. Ask your doctor how to stay heart healthy.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
The Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. When you have a 2-inch lift, rugged Goodyear Duratrac tires, and Rancho shocks, when you have all that, the last thing you'll need is a road. The Chevy Silverado Trail Boss, ready to off-road, right from the factory.
Get all of this and more in a Silverado Trail Boss for a great value. Use a $4,250 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, eligible GM card members can use an additional $1,000 in bonus earnings toward their purchase.
We're working hard to provide you with an improved DTA experience. With the Transit app, see your route in real time, get notifications, plan your trip, and more in one convenient place. And that's just one way we're building a better DTA.
I'm Dr. Mariah Scooby, and I'm a general surgeon at St. Luke's. I grew up in a small town in northern Minnesota, and I also had the opportunity to travel internationally doing medical outreach. And what was really striking was the health disparities. I was driven to become a physician to address those disparities and to bring the very best of healthcare to every person, regardless of their circumstance, background, or location.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at our top story. Leave now. That's the message today from Fond du Lac band leaders to Line 3 protesters gathered on the reservation. Those protesters have been camped out near the pipeline reconstruction site since January. But now, after an explosive scare during a protest last week, band leaders said today enough is enough. And tonight at 6, we're learning more about a weekend fire that took the lives of 2 children in northwest Wisconsin. We're hearing from the father of those 2 children as he grieves an unspeakable loss. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.